My motivation for egg donation was mostly just curiosity. I got an ad on Facebook that basically said that I might be a good match for egg donation. I had never heard of the concept before seeing that ad, so I just read about it a little bit. I have several friends who have become adoptive parents through adopting embryos, so I thought that would be an interesting thing to do. I filled out the questionnaire and immediately heard back from the clinic, which was interesting to me because I didn't think I would ever get a response. And the more I learned about it, the more interesting and great I thought that it was. I'm a foster parent, I'm a biological mother, and being a foster parent, most of my closest friends struggle with infertility. A lot of people who become foster parents do it because they can't have children of their own, is the most popular reason for becoming a foster parent or getting interested in foster care in the first place. That wasn't my story, but probably 5 or 6 of my closest friends can't have children of their own. So I am intimately involved in their struggles. I've heard all the ins and outs about it. And I know that if any of them asked for me to be a part of their journey to be a parent, I would do it in a heartbeat. So that made it more easy to me because although I don't know the woman who might receive my eggs, I can relate to her on a personal level because so many people I love struggle with the inability to conceive on their own. When I got the first email about becoming a match for somebody through egg donation, I was a little amazed. I had sort of thought that this company was a really big company and that I would probably not hear back. I'm on the older end of a lot of donors, so I really wasn't expecting to be someone that they were interested in. But Natalie made me feel like not only was I someone they were interested in, but she felt like I was a great candidate. So it felt very hopeful, like some sort of adventure that I didn't know was going to be a part of my life. So it was a good thing, a little scary and a good thing. The best thing about being an egg donor is that I know on an intimate biological level that most women desire to become a mother biologically and experience pregnancy and experience giving birth to their own child. And it's exciting to me to think that because I was an egg donor, that another woman will get to experience that very special experience that I think most women desire to have. So it feels like I got to be just a little part in one of the most amazing things of life. The connection I feel with the anonymous recipient is one I think about a lot. I'm a Christian, so I pray for her. I pray for the struggles that she's come to. I imagine that she probably never wanted to have to connect with me on this level ever. She never imagined that she would have to use a donor. So I can empathize with that probably feeling of loss of not being able to conceive with her own eggs. I can connect with her on the desire to be a mother and the desire to give birth to her own children. So I hope that if this child that's conceived with my eggs ever did want to find me or whatever, that I'd be able to tell her mom that I had been thinking about her and hoping that this was a really amazing experience for her the whole time. So the process for administering the medication during the egg donation process was um, not something that I could have planned for because I don't have any medical issues, so I've never experienced having to give any type of injections of any kind, or um, been on medicine on a daily routine. So it felt like a really big responsibility to take on, and I'm a little bit nervous around needles. So that was probably the biggest part, was um, getting comfortable with the idea of administering my own medication and doing it correctly. My husband was a big help, and there was a lot of tutorials online beside the nurse at the clinic who showed me how to do it. I could um, figure out how to do that. It was not painful to administer the medicine. Um, one of them, I had a minor allergic reaction where my skin just kind of itched a little bit, but it wasn't that big a deal. And as over the course of the month, because it took about 3 or 4 weeks before they actually did the retrieval, I did experience some bloating and a little bit of tenderness from the bloating. Um, Probably the most annoying symptom is I felt more exhausted than usual and a little more sensitive emotionally. Um, but once I realized that it was a side effect of the medicine, it was kind of easy um, to just deal with it. It wasn't anything that I couldn't handle, and it didn't feel like anything I regretted doing. So my entire experience with Shared Beginnings was extremely positive from the very beginning. When I connected with Natalie, she was extremely kind and down to earth. She answered all the questions that I had, and I had so many questions about all the little medical side of things, the emotional side of things, and then a lot of worries and concerns about eventual side of things. And she just put all those worries to rest for me and made me feel like a friend and um, a welcome part of this journey. All of the nurses were extremely kind to me every single time I went in, and each of them I donated twice, and I both of my donations were with Dr. Copeland and Dr. Walmer, so I got to experience both of them, and I had positive experiences with both of them. On a um, on a medical level, just talking about egg donation, but then they were also always interested in who I was in a person, which I really appreciated also. So I have nothing but positive things to say about my experience with them, and I'm extremely thankful and happy that I got to have this opportunity. One thing I would like donors to know is that it the process of egg donation is um, kind of a once in a lifetime experience where you get to be a part of coming alongside another mother in a way that no one else can, and help her achieve something that probably most women have dreamed about since they were little girls, which is um, truly irreplaceable, honestly. And I consider it a huge honor. And so I hope that other donors would be able to experience the same thing, and it would be a very positive feeling for them. For recipients, I can just say that I empathize and I understand how difficult this journey has been for you and how hard it has probably been to come to this point where you would even consider receiving donated eggs. But I want you to know that this was not a decision that I took lightly or that I consider um, to be just something that I could do and forget about. I would probably always think of you and think of the potential child that you've conceived. And I pray for you, and I hope that this journey to motherhood has been everything that you dreamed of. And I know that you're going to do an amazing job being a mother, and I am so excited for you. Tips that I would, some tips that I would advise future donors for choosing an egg donation company is to choose a company that really values you as a person and an entire person, somebody who has a past, present, and a future that egg donation is going to influence. I was very appreciative that Atlantic Fertility was concerned about my mental health, my physical health, and my emotional health throughout the whole process. I would not uh, be so open to another clinic that didn't consider my personal beliefs and convictions that I felt were taken into consideration and valued at Atlantic Fertility. I would also advise you not to choose somebody who rushed you through the process or put a lot of pressure on you. That even if you're a really good match to be a donor, if you had any catch in your heart about it, I would encourage you to just stop and think about if this clinic was a good match for you.